Hi, welcome to Julius Bar. Today we're gonna compare a few highball whiskey I bought in Japanese convenience store. So I bought this in a Japanese 7-Eleven. I have here the receipt. We are gonna talk about cost later on. But for now, let's just go ahead and taste them. These are canned highball, but in Japan means very specifically and whiskey and soda. These two from Suntory, they are really popular. You can find them anywhere. These two I never saw before. Actually, I never had one of these canned highball before, but yeah, let's give it a try. First of all, I'm gonna pour myself a control cheap highball using this Kirin Whiskey Oak Master, which is a blended whiskey from Kirin that I got because basically it was free. When I got my bottle of Kirin Fuji single grain whiskey, which you can see in my orange bitter video, if I just had the 500 yen, I would get 2 bottles of this. So I was like, well, what the hell? Let's try it. This is a real cheapo Japanese whiskey. We don't know where it comes from. It includes malt, grain, and alcohol, probably vodka, and it comes at 37%. It specifies here in front of when it's fine taste for refreshing highball. So let's give it a shot. Actually, I did try it neat, and I was pleasantly surprised because, of course, I had super low expectation, but besides the extremely thin finish and a bit of alcohol tasting at the end, it has a pleasant vanilla flavor. Nothing too special, but definitely not disgusting. I'm just gonna stir this with some ice. And add some sparkling water. Let's go real fancy. A real Perrier bottle made of glass. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but this whiskey is 37% and contains vodka. Pretty much makes it not a whiskey in most of the rest of the world. Yeah, I didn't measure the amount of soda I put, but this looks fine. Cheers. Perfectly reasonable. If they would serve this to me in a bar, I wouldn't complain. Just has a slight sour finish to it, but nothing too bad. So let's go on with our first canned highball. This Tory's highball, which is made with one of the cheaper whiskey made by Suntory, Tory's whiskey, which is actually really similar to what we get here in this Kirin. It's a blended whiskey with added alcohol at 37%. Usually you see it in really big bottles in bars with a black label and these cute characters here. It's a real cheap whiskey, but a really popular one. And just gonna put some ice and pour that. By the way, this highball can also contains some lemon juice or lemon spirits, it says, and it also contains some other flavor and preservatives. So it's not a straight highball. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Yeah, this is not good. Just tastes like alcohol and lemon. They really chipped out on the whiskey. This I made myself. It's better. At least it tastes like whiskey. This one completely loses the whiskey flavor. Just tastes a bit like lemon. It could be a vodka lemon. Let's pass to this one, the Suntory highball made with the Kakubin Highball, Kakubin means square bottle. It's this really, really popular Suntory whiskey, probably the most popular. Usually it gets advertised with the most beautiful and most classy ladies, models, actress in Japan. And I never tried it before, bro. Let's give it a try. Customize. By the way, this one also has some lemon in it, in the form of lemon spirit. Don't know what that is. By the way, both of these are at 7% alcohol. Cheers. Slightly better, but the whiskey is still invisible. It has a tiny, tiny whiskey flavor. Let me try again the reference. Highball. Actually, the ice melting is making this disappear too. Still tastes a bit more like whiskey. Let's go back to the second one. This is the most lemony of the bunch. Tastes almost like vodka lemon. This has a faint hint of whiskey, but still really hard to tell it's whiskey. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on. Now for this Scotch whiskey highball. I never saw this before. They are from Kokubu, which is this company that imports tomatin, even though tomatin is owned by another Japanese company called Takara Shuzu. I don't know if they have any relationship, these two companies. But anyway, these are straight whiskey and soda, no other additive. There is no lemon and no anything else. Just whiskey and soda in these two. And as a reference, I'm gonna pour myself a mix of tomatin. Tomatin Legacy, which actually is really good. It's one of the best deal in Scotch whiskey, I think. It doesn't have an age statement, but it's really nice. It's really pineapple-y, and yes, you can see the bottle is almost gone. It's definitely a good deal. But I'm just gonna put 15 milliliters because to have a fair comparison to these ones, these are blended Scotch highball. So I'm gonna blend this with some Port Dundas grain, single grain Scotch whiskey from 2006. I already used this one in my Blood and Sand video, and I don't know, I don't have much grain whiskey in this house, so this one will have to do to give some levity and have a more fair comparison. Let's get some ice, give it a gentle stir. Just to cool it off. Let's pour some Perrier, which by the way I think it's an excellent soda for all my drinks. I actually cannot tell the difference between a specifically bartender soda, at least here in Japan, and the Perrier. Actually I think the Perrier is superior, so I keep using it. So I just keep it in the house, I drink it, and then I use it also for cocktail. Cheers. Yeah, this is nice. He has the natural sweetness of a single malt and single grain, and the maltiness that comes forward really prominently. I'm kind of biased, but this is really good. My favorite so far. Also the most expensive so far. But not so expensive because this bottle is like less than 30 bucks on Amazon. And this bottle was one of the cheaper bottler whiskey I got. Yeah, maybe like 40 bucks, even less. So it's not like crazy money. But let's go on with let's try first the Scotch whiskey highball from Kokubu. And let's see if there is any improvement from the Suntory stuff. The color is super pale, which actually could be a good indication, like they probably use some young Scotch whiskey without adding any color. Cheers. Oh, this is a nice surprise. Also the bubbles, really nice. They put some effort in the soda they used. Definitely better than the Suntory soda. Just looks like a plain sparkling you get from a Fanta or Sprite, something like that. This sparkling, more akin to the Perrier. Actually, really sparkling. Good job. I'm gonna go in one more time. Yeah, more malty. It really tastes like something you could have made probably with a Dewar's or a Johnny Walker. Some savoriness behind. Maybe a hint of smoke. Really faint. Not sweet. The tomatin is way sweeter than what they used in this blend. But this is good. It comes at 8% alcohol, so 1% more than this one. It seems to make all the difference. This one feels like you're drinking a real highball. Good job, Kokubu. And then let's try the other version they propose, which actually is 9% alcohol and it's smoky. Whoa! Bad boy! Smell like Kyla, man. Really? Whoa, really smoky. They didn't went, I don't know, just a touch of smoke, like, I don't know, a Johnny Walker Black or something like that. This is heavy smoke. Brine. And you can appreciate all the smell even in this context of a highball, which usually kills everything else. With the ice and the sparkling water. Cheers. This is good. I don't know what they used. Really Isla. And really strong peat. What could they used? I don't know, it seems even stronger than Kulila. But I don't know either. Maybe they got like a super young Bunnahaven peated. I don't think it's tomato, but I never tried the peated tomatin actually. So which is called Kubokan. Maybe it's the Kubokan. I don't know. I never tried that. If it's really heavily peated, it could be that because they have, of course, a hook as importers of tomatin. This is good. If I ever been, I I know, to grab, let's say we have a party. Here in Japan we have lots of those party with moms from school, and they meet up, the kids play. Well, my kid now is getting too old for that, but they still do it sometimes, and then you just hang out and have a drink, and you just grab something from a convenience store. This would be perfect. Like, it really elevates the night from a standard highball like this. So definitely a big difference between all these drinks. Probably this one disappeared in the meanwhile. Yeah, it's gone. Lemon. Ah, this is water. This one is decent, good. This is the best because I like peat. This is the most classy. Let's rank them, okay? From worst to best. Worst, this. Number 5, this one. It's technically worse than this, but at least it has a lemon flavor that kind of cheer me up. Then this, the highball made with cheap whiskey but good Perrier. Then this Scotch whiskey highball. And then it's a real fight between these two. This is a bit more class. This is the peat that I like. Maybe if I just add 1 teaspoon of peat to this, maybe I would prefer this one. But let's say this one number 2 and this one number 1. I would prefer to drink this one, probably. And the thing is, the peat stands. It doesn't fade out just like this whiskey, just fade out with the ice, just disappear. The peat stays strong, and so you still have to taste something, even after some time. Maybe you have some ice. Yeah, I use some normal ice. Normally if I would make a drink like this, I would use just a big block of ice. But in this case I didn't have 6 big blocks of ice. I may have maximum 2 usually. So to have a fair comparison, I use like normal ice that normal people will have in their house. And I think this one will be number 1. So you already heard my opinion. Let's do some math. Actually, I'm just gonna put it after the credits. There is no recipe here really. But just for nerds, I'm gonna put the price comparison of this stuff. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. Just pour yourself a drink from the convenience store, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers. So, time to do some math. Let's put down, we have a receipt, and let's write down the prices. So here are the prices so far. As you can see, the can of Tory is 161 yen. We are talking yen. If you want to convert to dollars, you have to divide by 125 right now. So let's say this can is a buck, a bit more than a buck. This one 189, a buck and a half. This one the same as the Tories, slightly more than a buck. And this one comes at 228, which will make it like 1 buck and 3/4. But it's more. It's 400 milliliters compared to 350 of the other cans. So now let me calculate. Let's do some math here. Math. So, the results are in. So this is the price of a can in yen. And I calculated how much 1 milliliter of alcohol will cost you for each can. So as you can see, The Tory 6.6 yen per milliliter. The Kakubin 7.7. The two lesser known brand 6 yen and 6.3 yen. And this was my favorite, 6.3 yen per milliliter. So this one is such a good deal. Also you get the screw cap that's gonna keep it fresh for longer. And I think what you're paying for the Kakubin is the advertisement of the supermodels. Supermodels, super actress, most famous Japanese people around. Advertisement. That's why it's more expensive. Maybe you already know that, but that's how it works. So now I'm gonna have to do something with this. I think I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna keep this in the fridge because there's a cap, and these two, I don't know, they're not really good. Bye.